because you are a bigot and you are a racist. And you are an Islamophobe. And although you live here, I want you to know as mayor, you are not welcome here. And the day you move out of the city will be the day that I launch a parade celebrating the fact that you moved out of the city, because you are not somebody who believes in coexistence. You're somebody who tries to preach it, but in fact, you do everything but.
Came across this clip, Dearborn, Michigan. You've probably seen it too. It's a pretty big deal. Dearborn, Michigan mayor goes off at a constituent, and the constituent's complaint is a valid one. He's complaining about a Hamas and a Hezbollah sympathizer, a guy who may be a good person and does good things for the community, but he does not denounce Hamas and Hezbollah. And, you know, we're in the United States, so we don't tolerate that. And so he stamps up there, and he's very, he is not rude at all. He is very cordial in his approach, and the mayor goes off on him. So let's take a look at this here. We'll get into his complaint a little bit.
I want to talk about how 2 intersections have been named after Mr. Osama Siblani. I just know him by his last name. Sorry about that. Okay, and so I'm sure he's done a lot of good things for the community, starting the Arab American News. But one thing I'm very concerned about, which I think a lot of people in Dearborn would be concerned about, I mean, I could just read his direct quotations. I'll read a couple of them.
Can you tell us what the issue is?
Yeah,
Before
Councilman
you start
Abraham.
reading things, can you just tell us what your concern is?
Yeah,
Councilman
my concern is he's a promoter of Hezbollah and Hamas.
Okay,
And then,
Mr. Barham?
yeah.
And Mayor, correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you, Councilman Abraham, but your point, you're free to address your point, which I just wanted to make sure you're aware. The sign that was placed in that area is a county road and was done by the Wayne County Executive. It's not under control of the city, Dearborn, or City Council. Mayor, is that correct?
Repeat that, I'm so sorry.
The sign that was placed is placed on Warren Avenue, which is a county road, and that was done by the county.
Wayne County did it. It's a symbolic placement.
Yeah,
It's not a-
the county did it. So they do have, we can get you the list of their meeting, and you could go there and speak to the county commissioners, but we did not have the authority to overrule that or to suspend it. So I wanted to make sure you knew that. So the Wayne County
fine.
Commission.
So he goes on to say, this guy who's complaining goes on to say that that's fine, but it's actually displayed in the city of Dearborn, and that he just hints at, you know, people in the room or on the council or whatever were at the ceremony to have this sign placed, and apparently the mayor actually talked at this this placing of this sign, a symbolic placing of this sign. And so he I mean, he was frustrated with that. Obviously there's maybe some bad blood here, maybe it goes back a little ways, but anyway, it's the United States. Okay, this guy is a sympathizer for Hamas and Hezbollah. Nobody disputes that. One council member says, oh, this guy's not a violent person, whatever. But, I mean, when he talks, there are quotes here talking about the martyrs, you know, blood irrigate the fields or whatever. And he says, you know, we need to fight, whether we're in Michigan or whether we're over there or whatever, and we fight with all different things. He names, you know, his fists, rocks, bombs, drones, guns, whatever. So, it's a big deal. But
I mean, I also appreciate how he has helped to people to sympathize with, you know, the people of Palestine, people of Lebanon. As you know, I've lived in Lebanon. I also lived in Israel. I've stayed for several weeks in Palestine, and I feel like, but despite that, I feel like having that sign up there, it's almost like having, you know, naming a street Hezbollah Street or Hamas Street. I mean, Hezbollah, you know, bombed the embassy in Beirut, and including many Americans. So I just feel it's quite inappropriate. And as a Christian, I would like to encourage peace I'm not just being like, pro-Israel in this and, fight back and that sort of thing, but I would like to encourage peace and not violence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Barham.
He says if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Okay, so now he's done. His time is done. He's walking away. Now, that could be it. But this statement irked this mayor so much that here he goes.
Sir, if you'd like to step forward.
I think the only comment I'm going to make, 'cause I'm not
Mayor?
looking for a rebuttal, is the best suggestion I have for you is to not drive on Warren Avenue or to close your eyes while you're doing it. His name is up there, and I spoke at a ceremony celebrating it because he's done a lot for this community. And I think it's quite hypocritical to know that you're approaching this podium when you yourself have videos on YouTube standing in front of my mosque saying the cruelest of things about Muslims, about the religion of Islam, because you are a bigot and you are a racist and you are an Islamophobe. And although you live here, I want you to know as mayor, you are not welcome here. And the day you move out of the city will be the day that I launch a parade celebrating the fact that you moved out of the city, because you are not somebody who believes in coexistence. You're somebody who tries to preach it, but in fact, you do everything but that. So I just want to put that on the record.
Okay. Mr. Clerk, I know that you're back on the mic. One second. Sir.
Okay, so there you go. He says, he then says, the guy, I think his name is Edward, I think he goes by Ted. So Ted is now back in the back of the room because he's walking away. And so he kind of hollers like, "God bless you, Mayor," or something like that. And the mayor then says something about the caliphate and how he thinks Ted was claiming that the mayor was going to go to hell. And he mentions these videos on YouTube. I can't find them. I've reached out to the city council. I don't get anybody to write back to me as far as what channel, if they could give me a YouTube channel that I could see some of these videos. Maybe there's a reason why he's so mad. The other thing is, in another video, they're talking about something totally different. They're talking about body cameras for the police department. And there was a guy who was complaining or just saying that he was concerned because there's some things they can link the body cameras, and then they can get businesses. If the businesses sign up, they can get the surveillance video from a business. For example, if there's an incident around their business, they can request that from the business. The business can give that to you. And so this guy was thinking that, there's cameras everywhere, and the government's controlling them all. And there was some back and forth about that. But in the middle of that, then the mayor also brings up the IDF in the middle of this. And I think somebody else had kind of thrown out some sort of reference to that war as well. So it wasn't just totally out of left field. But he says the IDF, and then the mayor says the IDF is a terrorist organization. So for me, it's just there, some crack showing here. We are in the United States, so, freedom of speech and all that. But this guy is up there. He's supposed to have the freedom to speak and not get shouted down and not get told that he's not welcome in the city by the mayor at all. It's a legit complaint. I would say it's a legit complaint. You guys put a sign up of a Hamas and Hezbollah sympathizer, and you think that nobody should complain. Now, it seems like maybe there's some bad blood between these two, because this guy's a Christian and very openly and maybe pushes it, tries to, get other people to be religious. And the mayor is Muslim, and so he's upset about that. Anyway, it was completely unprofessional, and there's been no response by the mayor, as far as I know, to anybody. Everybody's, of course, reached out to this guy. He won't respond, which I'm sure he's embarrassed. He doesn't know what to do. He's hoping it's just going to go away. I don't know. I don't think it will. It's a hotbed. I mean, it's a tough topic because it's a huge Muslim population there. He's Muslim. The mayor actually happens to be from Dearborn, born and raised, as far as I can see. He's born and raised in Dearborn. So, and so, the largest population in the United States in Dearborn, and now the mayor, who is Muslim, is telling a Christian he is not welcome in the city, and he's going to throw a parade for him when he leaves, if he can get him to leave. So, not okay. But that's it for this one. Thanks, Steve Loomis, Walking That Mile.